Hello, you're on live with Tonya Tko.
Hey, Tasha K, I have Marie. I'm not going to say their last name. I have Marie.
You know what? I'm having a hard time hearing your audio. Can you talk up just a little bit?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you perfectly. I hear you perfectly.
Hey, Marie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Antonio, are you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm
Yeah, I'm here.
here.
So I have the two individuals that spoke with me directly regarding the Joycelyn Savage audio recording. They're the ones who recorded the audio. So go ahead, Tony. You have any questions?
Yes, I have four questions, Marie. So hi, I'm Tonya Tko, and I'm a citizen journalist on
Yes,
YouTube. Hi.
hi. I was just looking at you yesterday.
Were you? Well, that's wonderful. I was actually talking about, the audio that we heard 2 days ago. So you're the person who was in the audio where the information was revealed about Joycelyn and this possible STD and the stuff that took place during their first encounter, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you know what? There's a little bit of controversy online about the audio and who actually received the audio officially from you. Please speak on that. Who did you send this audio to?
I didn't send audio to anybody.
Okay. So have you ever spoken to anyone other than the blast and me where you're on live right now? Have you ever spoken to anyone else about that audio?
No.
Okay. And have you
Well,
authorized
well,
it?
well, correction. They sent it to me only.
Right. So, okay. So, right. The blast, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
I
So,
was put to the blast.
okay. Have you authorized any vlogger to have your voice, your face, or your likeness in any video online?
No, I did not.
Okay. And how do you feel about your face and your voice being used on YouTube without your permission?
I didn't want my face to be on YouTube because that caused a lot of trouble and that can get me killed.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
You know what? I didn't even
And
consider that.
I never wanted my face to be on YouTube. When I first found out about my face being on YouTube, I was pissed off because I was thinking, why would they put my face on YouTube? Because that can get me killed. And all these people, you know, was on our county side, all the fans and stuff. I really want out the door one day, get my head shot off.
Okay, well, you know what? Some of the people are asking, how did your video get onto YouTube then if you never authorized this for anyone?
No, I never authorized it to nobody.
How do you think it got on YouTube?
I have no idea.
Okay, but however it did, you didn't authorize it.
No, I did not.
All right, and what has life been like for you since the video was published without your authorization?
Wait a minute, can you repeat that, please?
What has life been like for you since your video, your face, your audio has been released without your authorization?
All right, well, it's pretty much what I can still the same, because nobody really came at me with it except for my family. They asked me why did I do the video. I told them I didn't just put the video on there because I didn't know I got there, you know, and they were scared for me. They were scared for me because it was out there.
Okay.
Well, can I interject something?
Sh- sh-
Just without going into too many details. Uh,
you have to speak up. You have to speak up. We can't hear you.
can you hear me now? 'Cause I'm talking loud.
Okay, just go ahead.
So I think the problem arose when blogger, a video blogger, tweeted that the blast stole the audio from this particular blogger. And obviously, we categorically deny that ever happened because the audio was actually given to me by the person who recorded the audio. And far as media related to have the video and or audio a part of their video blog. So I guess they're going to deal with that the way they see fit. But as far as choosing myself or the brand that I work with of stealing anything, that has never happened. And we vet all our sources as well as any material that is sent to us.
Okay. So, are you on a speakerphone? Because they're still saying your audio is low.
Okay, is that better?
Yes, that is much better. If you could just state that part again about you representing the Blast, and that there was a vlogger who was saying that the Blast stole their audio. And so if you could just reiterate that part again.
Well, what I said was that the audio was only it was sent to me, and I was doing the reporting for the Blast, and Marie and Antonia stated to me that they have never talked to any media outlet, nor did they talk to any video blogger as it related to their audio and likeness being a part of that particular channel. So, however it got onto that channel, it wasn't at the consent of those individuals. And, and of course, I did my due diligence as far as once I received the audio, I called them up and I talked to them about it. And then, they gave me, it's a lot more to this, our story, obviously, that we haven't reported yet. But for the most part, the Blast, nor myself, stole any content from anyone else. And how can you steal content for someone that didn't own the content in the first place, or just didn't have a license to even use the content?
Okay. You know what? That's deep right there. So if a person doesn't have the license to distribute that content, how can it be theirs if they're not one of the original parties? So, question for you about, because you're an official journalist in the media world, whereas we're citizens journalists. Talk to me a little bit about ethics that vloggers can employ in order to be able to just talk to me about ethics.
Well, I mean, being ethical, I mean, that's something that is, if you are a journalist, you obviously have to, one, source the proper people. But if they are confidential sources, and the confidential source provided you material that they had the legal right to have, then that's one thing. But I don't think you can call someone, obviously a thief, when the people that actually recorded it didn't consent for that person to even have it. So I think there's a little hypocrisy going on there.
Yeah,
And,
I feel you.
again, I'm sure that Marie and Tonya will deal with that situation, whenever they seem fit. But as far as any stories that I've reported, I make sure I vet my sources, as well as I make sure I have a legal right to have audio. And if I'm recording, I make sure I'm in the proper, form to record. And it's
Yeah.
legalities in recording. So I mean,
You know what? There's somebody
so
who's saying that if there is another vlogger who released it, that we best believe that that vlogger covered their behind before they released it. Please speak on that.
well, it's obvious if you have the two people on the phone right now, and they said they didn't give authorization for it to be a part of that particular blogger's channel, then that person will obviously have to address that. Because,
Okay.
and
And
then unless there's let me say this, unless that someone's provided them they issued a release to that person, not a third person, not let me be hypothetical. Say, for example, someone recorded those two, and they recorded those two, and they decided to take that recording and just share it around the world. But the person who released the audio still is not identified in any liability, because the parties that are on the audio likeness, the person's face,
okay.
and the audio, they never have permission to do that. So
Okay.
she made a very good point. She said that having a face out there, could put it in harm's way,
Yes.
because this is a criminal investigation.
Yes. Yes.
If you read the story on the Blast, no name has been mentioned on the Blast, and this is the first time that the names are obviously being mentioned. But once again, that person or persons who placed it on their channel,
Okay.
and we didn't steal from anyone. I got it firsthand from them,
Okay,
and
so
also interviewed them and talking about the law.
okay, so you were the one interviewing, and the Antonio and Maria, still on the line, correct?
Yes, we are.
Okay, and so Antonio, we haven't heard from you.
Just a minute. Okay, here I am.
Hey, Antonio, so you're also a part of the audio, correct?
Well,
Well,
no, he's not part of that audio. It's just Marie.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay. So you know what?
Antonio said,
I have a tremendous question for Marie that people want to know. So I'd love to ask Marie.
yes.
Marie, people want to know, why were you recording in the first place?
Well, the reason I recorded Joy is because I tell you, already had her brainwashed. He already started manipulating her, turning her against her family. So I decided, to go ahead and record it because Joy, she was already down.
Okay. So you were talking to Joy. So this is what I'm gathering. You were talking to Joy and you started getting the indication that perhaps something was not right because she was already being turned against her family. And then you decided to start recording because you wanted, tell us why.
Well, I decided to record. It was way before that because, when she started calling my son on the three-way with R. Kelly on the phone, I told him we need to record it because Joy, she was already gone, manipulated. So when Joy started calling my son, um, I said, come to me and we will record the conversation with R. Kelly on the phone. Because she was scared to be on the phone with R. Kelly by herself.
Really? Why was she afraid to be on the
Yeah,
phone with him?
I don't know. Well, this is the part my son need to tell you. Okay, basically, okay, considering
Well, you know what?
you
Listen,
know,
Antonio, I'm gonna say this. Please do remember that there is an ongoing investigation, and we are live right now. So anything that you say is being broadcasted live right now. So why
well,
why
let me interject. With that said, I would probably uh, caution to not to say anything that would compromise what they're doing now. That's all. I mean, if you can ask general questions, I think that would probably make more sense right now.
Okay, yeah. Right, 'cause that's one of my concerns because, as a citizen journalist myself, I definitely want to make sure that the integrity of the investigation stays intact and that anything that we talk about, you know, um, is stuff that will be able to support it, not hinder it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, trust me, I won't say nothing to compromise the investigation.
Okay, all right. So then, generally speaking, why do you think she may have been afraid to be on the phone with him?
Okay, considering R. Kelly, since he was an A-list celebrity, and considering that he can, actually, boost your career. Like the reason why, like her being in touch with him in the first place was to help her music career. That's what she wanted to do, and considering like since you already know from his past and all the allegations that they had against him the first time, the thing is, it's like my mom decided to record a conversation just in case if R. Kelly was still doing that slick stuff like he already been. Like if he said he gonna do something, but he turn around and do something else, this is just to have proof later on down the line, just to show that he was lying in the first place. So we have the proof to show that for everything that he said on the Gail King interview, how he was, saying that she couldn't sing or it was never about music, and having her line saying it wasn't about music, we have the normal parts of it.
Oh, you know what? I'm so glad you said that because that was my next question. So, Marie and Antonio, what are your thoughts about one, R. Kelly saying that Joy was never interested in music, that he didn't know that she was interested in music? What are your thoughts about that?
Everything is just like it's just BS. A lot of bull. That's all I can say about that, really.
And Marie?
Yes, R. Kelly was lying. He
And,
was lying.
and then what about Joy? Because Joy also said herself, "Listen, I've never been interested in singing. I'm not interested in music." What are your thoughts on that?
She was lying also.
So from what it is that you
Well, I
know,
forgot to do that too. Huh?
from what it is that you know, she was interested in singing.
Yes,
And that the reason that she connected with Kelly was to sing.
yes, because her and my son was the one going to the studio all the time. He was the one writing her songs. My son was the one writing her songs for her, and she was happy before Kelly. She was really happy about things.
Okay. Antonio, did you write Mimosa?
Yes, she wrote.
I really like that song. My
He also
Mimosa.
Yeah, he also wrote the one "Don't Hold Back" when she was talking about the baby tap on the baby.
Oh, yes. You know what would be really interesting? Because I was looking for Joy's songs online and I only saw two of them. Do you all have the song that she was referencing in that audio? The one where she did the remix of Half on a Baby?
Yes, we have them, and we have. There's one more. No more. No lies.
Oh, you know what? I would. You know what? Please send those to me because I want us to see. Could Joyce sing? Could she not sing? Why is R. Kelly claiming that she couldn't? So I would love to hear those songs. If you can send those over to me, that would be great.
Okay, you can send Sonia an email.
You know what? We'll connect. We'll connect. My last question is, how long had Joy been singing before she met R. Kelly?
Well, I'm guessing she been singing all her life. I mean, that's what I pretty much like. Like I met her back in 2015, so like, and she came to me from another mutual friend saying that she needed some songs because at the time the guy Rocco, the one that owned 81 Records, the one that was that had Future signed at the label at the time, he was interested in her. And all she had to do was do like an EP, 3 to 5 songs. So that's when she came to me about writing songs. And that's pretty much how everything started with that. So I know that she was into music way before I came into the picture.
Oh, okay. So when you met her, it was 2015. She had already been doing music for quite some time, and then she just needed to make an EP. She was already with a record label, and then she had this meeting where she was supposed to be connected to Sony, and then after that, everything just started to deteriorate.
Okay. Nah, okay. I'm trying to make sure nothing I'm getting misconstrued. Nah, it's like no, she wasn't with necessarily like with no label at all. It's just how people have a certain connection with
Okay,
somebody.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So the connection that they had was to Rocco at the time, and then like he was like he want pretty much he already had a look, and he just wanted to see what could she do, like as far as music.
Okay. Okay. So she had the look. He wanted to see what she could do. She needed a songwriter, so she connected with you and you wrote three songs for her. And then when did things start? When did you start losing touch with her? When did she start slipping away from her love of music?
Let's see. Well, I haven't heard from Joy since I'll say like the end of 2015. So honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know that in 2016 when her parents were telling me, that she was going to school, and she was still trying to pursue music then. But other than that, I haven't heard from her ever since.
Oh, wow. Okay. So,
Well, I got to interject. Well, not interject, but interrupt. I have to go into a meeting, but I think you got the reason why I called is to clear up the confusion as to whether or not we stole content from that particular blogger's page.
your audio is so low right now.
Can you hear me?
It's still low. Do what you did before to bring the volume up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, what I was saying, I wanted to interrupt because I had to go into a meeting, but I wanted to make sure that we were clear that the blast never stole any content, nor did I. The audio was sent to me directly from the people that are on the line right now. And hopefully that's cleared up the
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. One last question for them. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did Joy enjoy doing music before she got sucked into this realm?
I say like 11. I mean, or
Wow.
10 because she pretty much was doing music like she used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and exercise, work on her vocals and everything. Try to work on some songs. Like sometimes with her dad, take her around, look at some nice houses, look at some nice cars, try to give her some motivation. Like, okay, like if you want these things in life, or just other things, just to keep going. Like this is where you could be. So just
Thank
trying to
you.
inspire her.
You know what? Thank you so much for coming on air with us. We will definitely be back in touch. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Antonio. You two are brave warriors and soldiers in this fight. Thank you. And thank you, The Blast, for bringing us this exclusive interview seen here only on the Tanya TKO show.
You're welcome. No problem.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Good luck in everything that you do, and see you in cyberspace.
Okay. See you in cyberspace. Peace. Okay. So we heard it here first. We heard it here first. And wow. So I want you to listen. There are almost 500 people on this live right now. There are 133 likes. Thank you to the people who were telling everyone to like in the comments. Click the X for click. You can close out of the chat so that you can like the video. Thumbs up the video. This right here was some exclusive boiling hot tea. There are some other things that I know that I cannot speak about because there are some of you who were asking how did anybody other than the two people authorized on that tape, how did anybody else get it? I have information that I won't disclose at this moment. However, things aren't always what they seem. Just because you see things doesn't mean that those are the way that things are. So listen, thank you to everybody who came out for this live hot exclusive tea spilling. Somebody was saying that my phone orientation, because you know what, this was a live and I had the orientation this way. However, I will make sure in the future that the orientation is wide way so that people can watch this on their TV. So listen, I appreciate all of you coming out. Thank you for the questions while they were live on air. Your questions did help me be able to steer the conversation. I want to know what it is that you learned in this video. What did you learn? What other questions do you still have? Because this is really only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And there are other sources who are contacting me, reaching out to me. A great portion of reporting on a story is the ethical part of it, of one, maintaining the integrity of your content, two, maintaining the anonymity and respect for your source, three, vetting your information, and four, being ready like we were ready right now today when we got this hot exclusive tea. So for those of you who are just joining, I am Tonya Tko. I am a self-love specialist and certified clinical hypnotherapist from TonyaTko.com. I help you learn how to love yourself and each other. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for dating, relationships, self-love in our own lives. Because, when it comes to relationships, you're either self-loving or self-abusing through that relationship. And that's where I come in, using these teachable moments. So what is the takeaway from this that we've learned today? From the audio, from part of loving yourself is extending that same love out to other people and protecting people who may need protection, even if we have the ability to take advantage of them, maintaining ethics over what it is that we do to quote unquote do no harm, and make sure that what it is that we're doing is in the greatest, what's the word? That it's in the best interest, that it's in the greatest interest of all parties involved and the world at large. Okay? So there are people who are asking, how do they contact me? You contact me at TonyaTko.com /contact. That is YATKO.com/contact. And so I will see you all in the next video. We have a heart-to-heart conversation coming up later today. We are going to do a premiere at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, 3 p.m. Pacific. We're going to do a premiere where I snap, because we're talking about this whole R. Kelly thing. And in this premiere, we're going to be talking about how Black people, us, the adults, how we are failing our youth and letting predators go scot-free for the whole sake of protecting the wrong party. So look for that video. I'm getting ready to upload that now, so you're going to see that in your feed. Just click on the reminder. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. We do have our advice, our live advice hour, where you'll be able to call in and get your live love advice. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And on my website now is my once annual sale of the vitamin E. This is pure all natural vitamin E. It helps me. This is what I was able to use on my face so that I did not need makeup on my face, to keep my skin extra super clear. And on my website, you'll also find audios to help you calibrate yourself for self-love and live into the fullest expression of yourself. If there's something that's going on in your life where you need to forgive somebody or yourself, I have a Forgive MP3. And this is real hypnotherapeutic tactics used in this MP3 to help you create change for real. So not for fake. This is not a lesson where you sit down and you write. This is where you breathe in deep, you go through the hypnotic process, you close your eyes, you go into this realm that I take you into, and then you're able to erase all of those transgressions that happen, that you did to other people or other people did to you, that you need to forgive to flourish in your life. Okay, so listen, on that note, we're going to get out of here. Support the content from the creators that you love to receive that content from. And I will see you all in the next video. I'll see you at the premiere today. Tonya Tko, and I'm out. Peace. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself, like I said, is loving other people. And another part of loving yourself is staying true to yourself and following that dream that you have. Right? So I will see you all in the next video. Tonya Tko.